So today we have an NFL uniform refresh made by Ben Westlake, and his goal for these uniforms was to make changes to every uniform no matter how traditional or solid they already were, and each uniform is made to mix and match with the other ones in the team set. So let's take a look. For the Arizona Cardinals, we have a revamped look to showcase the classic Cardinals colors and the state flag, which is an element of Arizona's classic uniforms. The black accent provide contrast between the bright red and the white and tie the uniform together, I think. And the Pat Tillman era alternate pays tribute to the American hero, Pat Tillman. For the Atlanta Falcons, we have uniforms that take inspiration from the throwbacks and the color rush uniforms. A triangle pattern on the sleeves gives off a modern wing-like effect, similar to the Hawks, which is the Falcons' sister NBA team. And the new font was added with sharp serifs, and it gives off a talon effect. For the Baltimore Ravens, these uniforms take the Gothic style of the Ravens all the way up to the max, with maxing out the colors of black, purple, and gold. The wings on the sleeves and the stripes on the helmet and the pants have an elegant purple to black gradient, which is subtle enough to not be distracting. A new modern font that still gives off a strong Gothic look also is added in. For the Buffalo Bills, this uniform takes inspiration from multiple eras of the Bills uniforms. This set features the classic red helmet, throwback-inspired jerseys, and 3 different pant colors. The red takes a more prominent role in the uniform to help differentiate the Bills from the other teams with similar color schemes. The Carolina Panthers uniforms are shifted to a sleeker, simpler look, and this uniform set is simple yet new age. The shift to Carolina blue as the primary color takes advantage of the unique color scheme. The tall, blocky, and sharp font also has all the elements that this uniform needs for a modern feel. For the Chicago Bears, this classic uniform look was revamped to maximize the consistency and to update the look. The new font is an homage to the throwback's block font and has a tougher Chicago type vibe. The orange has been tweaked a little bit to a darker, grittier shade. For the Cincinnati Bengals uniforms, these uniforms have been simplified, modernized, and become more intimidating. The Bengal striped helmet has been updated in favor for the Bengal head logo, but the stripes remain seen on the entire uniform. The Cleveland Browns uniforms is a fix of the 2015 uniforms. It is clean and simple, and it's a consistent tri-stripe like the iconic helmet, and it keeps the elements of the past but looks towards the future for a new era of Browns football. For the Dallas Cowboys uniforms, he fixed all the inconsistencies, yet still kept the long-standing look of the Cowboys. The font is the same one from the throwback uniform that was a staple of Thanksgiving Day football. For the Denver Broncos, these uniforms were basically updated from uniforms that are stuck from the 2000s. He simplified the helmet stripe and repeated it throughout the rest of the set, and blue in this uniform goes back to the primary home set. The Detroit Lions uniforms are keeping the general look of the current set, but with slight tweaks. The anthracite is gone from the scheme, so blue and silver is all that remains. The stripes have been changed to the dual stripe to match a racing stripe on the Mustang. The Green Bay Packers uniform is a breakdown of one of the most traditional looks in all of sports down to its main components, simply green and gold. The font adds a stencil effect and is inspired by the Packers wordmark. The Houston Texans uniform is a merging of modern and classics, classic colors and stripes with the modern font and logo. The red comes back as an alternate look for the Texans. The Indianapolis Colts uniform set is something out of the blue for the traditional-minded Colts. Dots in the single stripe resemble the logo, and the TV number intersects with the sleeve stripe, giving the Colts a unique element. For the Jacksonville Jaguars uniforms, the black to teal color shift helmet is back, and this time with the current logo. The previous uniform's font is also back to fit with the other sharp geometric shapes, and the teal color gets more prominence in this set, giving the Jags a more unique look. For the Kansas City Chiefs, these uniforms were minorly changed because the artist thought he really shouldn't change the current uniforms. He really likes them. For the Las Vegas Raiders, this set brings some Vegas flair to the traditional uniforms. All black becomes the primary look with a revamped helmet featuring chrome decals, and new blocky, modern font with subtle, sharp notches add to the clean look. The Los Angeles Chargers uniform set is not easy to evolve because it's the best look in the entire league. The powder blue, yellow, and white are the only colors used in these uniforms. The bolts on the sleeves and the pants have been tweaked a little bit to match the new logo, and the font has been made more blocky. The Los Angeles Rams uniforms utilizes the new uniform branding to reimagine their throwback uniforms. It has updated horns on the helmet and sleeves and the other yellow accents to tie everything together. All white is added to be worn during the warmer months of the season. The Miami Dolphins throwbacks are back with some modern tweaks. The modern logo adorns the helmet and the face mask is switched to teal. The font is changed to give it a cleaner, updated feel. One of the original Minnesota Viking uniform designs gets an upgrade. The new sleeve design not only looks like a Nordic piece, but also creates a negative space V. The font is changed for consistency. The New England Patriots look has been cleaned up a little bit by removing side panels and piping and reverting to the color rush design full time. Silver is eliminated from the color scheme to keep the look as clean as possible, and the new helmet stripe is inspired by the Flying Elvis logo's hat with a star at the front and red stripes at the end. The New Orleans Saints uniforms have the color rush with some small changes become the primary look for the team. The previous sleeve stripes were replaced with a cuff-oriented tri-stripe, and the old gold becomes the primary shade of gold. This uniform set is another classic / color rush inspired look, this time for the New York Giants. White and blue pants replace the gray for a cleaner look, and red comes back as an alternate color. Playing off the current and previous iterations of the New York Jets uniforms, this look is simple and to the point. Black is cut out of the color scheme for simplicity's sake, and reminiscent of the original color rush, the helmet decals have a chrome finish. For the Philadelphia Eagles, these uniforms have classic Kelly green with modern elements, not much else to say. The Pittsburgh Steelers uniform set takes a long-standing uniform to the next level, inspired by past and current alternates. A color rush with the primary font becomes the home set, and the most notable change is the yellow alternate helmet from the past, modified and modernized. The San Francisco 49ers uniforms take inspiration from the current all-white throwbacks to create a classic faux back look. The jersey now features gold accents to tie it in with the helmet and the pants, and the gray face mask has been changed to red. The Seattle Seahawks uniforms is a cleanup of one of the most modern current looks in the NFL. The sleeves have been altered for a cleaner look, and gray becomes less of an accent color and is replaced by white and green. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms takes a beloved classic to the next level. A new font that fits the overall feel much better, and the skull and crossbones logo was taken out of the flag for simplicity's sake. The The Tennessee Titans uniforms bring back the white helmet with new stripes that alternate depending on what the base color is. The symbolism of the sword edges stays with the look. The Washington Redskins uniforms is one of, if not the biggest, uniform overhaul in this series. The uniforms are based off the 2007 throwbacks to bring some consistency to the look. The feathers from the outside of the logo are now on the helmet as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you check out the artists who made these uniforms down in the description. And make sure you like, subscribe, and check out one of my other videos on screen here.